What are your thoughts on Jean Silva? I'm going to give you mine, but I want to hear back from you. What are your thoughts on him? Sky the limit? This guy got some problems. I mean, I was waiting all night for him to get tired. That's really what I was waiting on for. There was so much energy in his walkout, and it was awesome. This was kind of the night of walkouts. Like, it seemed like they just let Patty's music keep going too. Seems like they let Bryce's music go. It seems like they let Jean's music go. And you know what? It was the right thing to do. They were really fun entrances for whatever reason. But let's start with that. Jean used a lot of energy. There's a lot of emotion as you're trying to entertain the crowd, and you're working double time, showing the crowd how relaxed you are, how into the moment of enjoying the entertainment aspect, how calm and collected you are, which all speaks to your level of confidence through your training and your wonderful team. It's all an act, and there's a lot of energy that goes into it. So I was waiting for Jean to slow down, and I was gonna know when the fire got too hot. I was gonna know based on his facial expression. And I mean, if there's ever a guy that had the most interesting poker face, it was Jean. He never stopped. He never stopped looking charismatic. He never stopped looking carefree. He never started to look tired. He never started to look worried. And there's moments in that fight, in fact, the opening moments, where his legs starting to swell. Everything's going bad on his feet where he was supposed to be dominant. He can't find him. He can't touch the hill jack standing across from him, not a single time, and his leg is starting to get chewed up. He's still barking at him. He's still speaking to him. He kept telling him something about one. You got one, or do one more. I don't know what it was. He was saying something, and he was holding up the number one. I mean, he never got to a point where he worried or started to take Bryce a different level of serious. And it was just very compelling. Even when the fight ended and his music goes back on, and he's climbing up the cage and he's on it backwards and he's holding on to it and putting his butt on it, I didn't really get from an artistic standpoint, I didn't quite know how to interpret that. I didn't know what that backwards move was, but I will tell you, the crowd reacted to it. They liked it. Then he's one of these fighting nerds, but his head corner was a girl nerd who apparently is his fiance, which was very Mike Perry-esque. And as a matter of fact, I don't remember anybody else except Mike Perry putting their girl in the corner before. So, what do you do with Silva? What do you want to see him do? Who do you want to see him fight next? How far do you want to see him climb? How far should he climb? I mean, what should a win over Bryce Mitchell do for you? And these are all questions that I'm asking because I don't have my own opinion. I'm looking to hear some debate and some discussion. I admit whatever the it factor is, he's got it. He's got it very much to the same degree, in a different way, to the same degree as Patty. And the reaction of the crowd and how many people in the crowd you can get to go along with you. When you're trying to lead the audience, every professional wrestler will try to lead the audience. They would all like to be able to come out and say, if you smell what the. They'd all like to say, and the bottom line is. The problem is they don't have the confidence that they're going to get a reaction. They all have a little phrase that they've carried with them for 10 years, from back when they were just dreaming of being pro wrestlers. But the audience doesn't know it because they don't know them, and they're not going to play along until there's this acceptance. There's this trust that has to be met. And it can only get there through duplication over time. And I didn't know that Jean Silva put enough time, but I watched a building, knowing when to yell, knowing when to do the hand motions, knowing what the bark was about. And it was the same building that knew to say, oh, Patty the Patty. I mean, there was grown men on their feet doing whatever this thing is with your hands, which I tell you, I know I'm not much of a dancer, but I mean, this is the dance. You can't really critique it and tell me I got it wrong. It's a pretty simple dance. And I watched 15,000 people, men, women, and children, stand up and do it. It's very interesting. I did not understand how over Jean Silva was, and the fighting nerds as a whole. This Caio Barão, who appears to be the leader of the nerd team, this guy is the UFC's current Midas. There is nothing Caio Barão touches that doesn't turn to gold. I have never seen him lose. He now got a win over Jared Cannonier. He's got a fight done, but not being announced. I can't tell you what it is, but if he wins the fight, he'll be fighting for the world championship himself. Like so this whole fighting nerds thing, it started to be more than a team. It started to be a movement. And when I say the name Jon Silva to you, and I know that you saw his performance over the weekend, I want you to start some discussion. You tell me. I read every comment. What would you do with him next? What is your long-term plan? Where would you like to see it go? And ultimately, how do you believe in your heart and mind this story is going to end?